The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
I've got an update for you with Sheriff Arpaio Mike Zullo here in the next few moments. Plus, I want to talk to you about what's going on in Israel and give you some insight that perhaps you do not know about and or have not thought of before. I was on the phone earlier today with Mike Zullo, and apparently, I was not aware of this, but Mike Zullo has made me aware of it. Apparently, there is a false report, another false report, going around the Internet, taking some words of Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Apparently, he gave an interview just I don't know, maybe today, yesterday, just very recently. And something came up about the birth certificate, of course, and the investigation and the criminal investigation that Arpaio was doing. And something was asked of Arpaio along the lines of, will there be a grand jury investigation? Now, I have not heard the interview, but I have been assured by those who have heard it, who listened to it with objective ears, that Arpaio has been taken out of context, apparently, in some Internet reporting that Arpaio was said to have answered that question by yes, there will be a grand jury investigation. But actually what Arpaio said was, and I'm going to have to paraphrase because I haven't heard it with my own ears yet, but apparently what he said is that they were not taking any option off the table. There were a multiplicity of options. And so from that, asking the question, will there be a grand jury investigation? Well, we're not taking any options off the table. There's a multiplicity of options, yes, or something along those lines. The headline started reading on various blogs and Internet reporting sites that Arpaio has announced there will be a grand jury investigation. Well, anyway, bottom line. I talked with Mike Zullo, and he said to remind my audience, of course, that unless you hear it, how many times have you heard this? Unless you hear it from Mike Zullo, from his voice on Freedom Friday or P.P. Simmons, any kind of definitive statement. Now, Sheriff Arpaio can make a definitive statement anywhere he wants. He can go on Fox News tonight and say, yes, we will have a grand jury investigation, or no, we won't. Of course. But that's not what happened. It's my understanding that what Sheriff Arpaio said is that they were not taking anything off the table. But Mike Zullo has assured me that there are no immediate plans for a grand jury investigation. But there are other things coming down the pike. And you remember, we've been telling you this now for many months. And Mike Zullo assures me, as does Sheriff Arpaio assure us, that Arpaio's criminal investigation is full bore, full force, headed forward, and very soon that information, that conference, that news conference will come forth. Mike Zullo's birth certificate investigation has reached all kinds of, as I said, new plateaus. We've talked about this over the months, and new information. I told you the last time I gave you an update that Mike Zullo had two very important legal hurdles to cross. He has been in the process of doing that. I assured you, per Mike Zullo, that was his intent, was to give all of his effort and energy to crossing those legal hurdles. I can tell you that he is in the process of doing those. I'm not at liberty to give any details. I do know that he is traveling the nation again and dotting the T's, crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and pulling those strings together for his news conference, which I have been assured that if everything continues to fall into place and the legal hurdles can be satisfied, that will happen very, very soon. As Mike Zullo said, sooner rather than later, and as he has said on my show and to me personally, nobody wants this information out any more than he does. So that's the bottom line. If you've been hearing or reading reports on the Internet that Sheriff Arpaio has announced that there will be a grand jury investigation, that is a false report. It is not correct. It is not accurate. His statements were taken out of context. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. Well,
do you foresee that your department would issue a final report, or is there a possibility that there would be a referral to a grand jury for an indictment?
Well, we're working on that. We're trying to get somebody or some people interested in doing something. So there's a lot of options out there. But you know what? I'm the law enforcement guy. I can't prosecute. That's up to prosecutors. So, or if the Congress doesn't want to look at it, should I turn it over to the Justice Department? I presume there'll be a little conflict of interest there.
Mm-hmm.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.